Welcome. It is a beautiful day in the Brilliant Directories neighborhood, and it's great to be with all of you here today. If this is your first time joining Webinar Wednesday, welcome. I am Jason there on the left, and we are very lucky to be joined by David Rockland, who is the digital strategist and so much more here at Brilliant Directories. David, thanks for taking the time to join us on this webinar.
Hey, everybody. So glad to be back with you for Webinar Wednesday 199, only one away from the big 200. Really looking forward to today's webinar. We got some great tips to share, some great updates as always, and really looking forward to the Q&A at the end.
Absolutely. 199 webinars in the bank. The next one will be in May. That will be webinar 200. Maybe we do something special for that milestone. So stay tuned for, in just a couple weeks. And we are streaming live on YouTube as well, which is a huge convenience. We also invite everyone to join us and subscribe to our Brilliant Directories YouTube channel. We'll share the link in the comments. You can also head on over to brilliantdirectories.com/YouTube and click on that subscribe button. It's a great way to get notified when the webinars are beginning, watch replays, also when we have new posts on there, such as feature tutorials, tips of the week, and more. And also one of the benefits of streaming on YouTube Live is the replay video will be immediately available, and we will share that in the Brilliant Directories Facebook group. We also invite you to join us there. You can go to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook and click on the join button. That group is really positive, constructive. There's great feedback being shared there. If you have technical questions about your site, strategy questions about growing your community, it's really a great environment to learn from fellow membership website owners. I'm in there myself, and we certainly invite everyone to join us there. And just a little plug, if you have your Brilliant Directories site, we also invite you and encourage you to download the Brilliant Directories app. It's totally free. You can just head on over to your app store, whether it's Apple or Google, search for Brilliant Directories and install. It's a great way to stay in touch with the pulse of your site, see recent members, new transactions, and we are actively working on a few small updates. It's been a little slower than we've wanted it to go, but they are coming soon. Our main goal by the end of the year or within a few months is to have real-time notifications come to you so you can get pinged when you have activity on your site, like new member signups, new payments received, and more. And yes, today is the last day. If you have not already done so, we are giving away a free iPad Air. We're going to do the cutoff today at noon Pacific time. However, we are extending it to midnight. All you have to do is join the Facebook group and leave a comment on the iPad post. We can actually go there together, and we'll drop a link in the comments there. There is a post here. We'll move this to the front. Perfect. So what we're doing here is an iPad giveaway. We were going to do the comments cutoff at noon today, but that got a little stuck there. But we're going to extend it to midnight tonight. So all you have to do is drop a comment in there with the color iPad you would like if you are the winner. If we reach 1,000 unique commenters, right now we're at 835, we will give away 2 iPads. Now, it has to be unique commenters. You don't need to comment twice. We're going to sift out any duplicates. But if we hit 1,000 unique comments, we will double the winners, and we'll select 2 winners to win an iPad Air each. So we're almost there, about 170 more or so, and we would love to give away 2 iPads. Invite your friends to the group, colleagues, anyone that may be interested in Brilliant Directories or just has a general good, positive attitude. All are welcome. All right. And there are a lot of new names and faces that we're seeing there. So welcome to the webinar. Just a little bit about what Webinar Wednesdays are. Week after week, the BD team is very busy pushing new updates into the platform, new features for you to experience. And in Webinar Wednesdays, we like to cover and review some of those newer features, specifically ones that you can take actionable steps on to help grow your community. We'll cover topics such as how to increase traffic, converting visitors to members, revenue opportunities, opportunities, the benefits of some of the built-in features of BD, and more. We also like to do a Q&A session. So if you have questions about your site strategy or you're stuck on a technical issue, we'll do our best to get to as many questions as we can. We should have plenty of time in today's webinar. So please just type them into the comments. And if you would like us to unmute your microphone as opposed to just typing in the comment, just type in questions, all caps, into the comments, and that will indicate to us that we can bring you into the studio to verbally ask a question with your microphone. All right, moving on here. We do have some lab updates to share with you today. Also, big shout out to the Brilliant Directories community. The vast majority of the updates that we release are from suggestions or ideas that the Brilliant Directories community has, whether you're emailing the support team, something that's brought up in the Facebook group, or otherwise. So thank you guys for your help to improve the platform for everyone. I'll breeze through this list here. We'll start at the top. There's a new update now for your posts. If you're importing posts, you can import posts similar to how you can import members with a CSV file. Up until now, some posts that had location data as a part of them, for example, events or coupons or real estate listings, there was no way to geocode them, and they need to be geocoded to assign a longitude and latitude so the location search works on the front end of your site. So with that big mouthful said, you can now geocode imported posts to your site, which will enable location-based searches. Let me quickly show you where you would do that. I don't suspect many people are doing this, but if you are, this will be super helpful. So when we come to the admin dashboard, you can go to My Content, Manage Posts, and under the list actions, if you didn't know so, you can import posts. So if you have a bank of blog articles or other types of posts, again, such as events or coupons, you can import them. And when you come to this page, there is a link to the import guide. It provides you with the template to use and so on. But after you import them now, there is a link here, sync posts with Google Maps, and that will allow those posts to be found via location-based searches on the front end of your site if you imported them with location information. So nice update there. This next update is related to Google. PageSpeed scoring is really important to us here at Brilliant Directories, especially managing thousands of sites across the world. And we've made a small improvement to the existing mobile preloader. Effectively, this update is adding an extra 10 points to your mobile PageSpeed score. And this is helpful because it's inevitable that as a site grows and matures, you're adding YouTube videos, chat bots, you might be adding larger than normal image sizes. All these things can weigh down the page. So what we want to do is at least the starting benchmark, give you guys the maximum score possible, also help you maintain that score. But this is going to help provide you with an edge as well as contribute to your SEO efforts, your search engine optimization efforts. So there's nothing you need to do with this update, but we do have an example here in our vacuum site, our default site here that we use for the webinar. We can see that the mobile PageSpeed performance scores are at 100 here. This was just from an hour ago when we did our test. We can run it again. And also we did our test in GT metrics. I think you need a pro plan to search mobile devices on GT metrics. It's the second best one after PageSpeed. They both have their benefits, but testing on an iPhone 11, we were able to see 100% score. I'll just run these one more time. And again, a lot of this is just visual based. They want to see certain things as well as also loading the pages quickly. But you will be starting with basically 9 or 10 points more than you had previously. So we could see we got another 100% score here, even better than the desktop score, which are also at 98 plus. So this is great for BD users. And again, when you add things to your site or your site matures, there's no doubt this is going to go down, but we want to give you the highest possible starting point out of the gate. So here we can see a 100% score there. All right, this next update is related to the web page builder. This was actually brought up in the Facebook group by Johnny York. So Johnny, if you're listening, we thank you for the suggestion. What was happening in the web page builder is every time you saved your changes, the web page would reload. And when it does that, you could not undo your changes in the text editor because it would lose the memory on the browser of what your changes were. So let me just quickly show you. Really wasn't anything to show here. It's more of a quality of life, but now, when you go to the web page builder, I'll just go to a random page I have here on our demo site. Now when we type something like Jason is here and save the changes, before the page would fully reload, now it just silently saves. So now I can use the undo feature and it will remove that. Once the page reloads, you kind of lose the ability to do undos and redos. But now, because the page silently saves, you have that convenience here. So thank you, Johnny, for that suggestion. All right. The next update for this week is related to widgets. And if you're a developer or designer, I didn't know this was even being worked on, so it's fantastic. It's basically, you can now visually see any front-end errors with clear warning messages if you have broken code in any of your widgets. So instead of breaking the entire web page, you'll just see a warning message for the specific widget that has quote unquote broken code in it. And again, this one's more for developers and designers. Let me quickly show you how this one works. It's super helpful, and I think the team did a great job with it. So let's just go to the front end of the site, and let's on purpose break one of the code in the widgets. So I'll use the show widgets for now. And actually, let me hide my browser here so we get a little bit more view. Should have done that before the webinar. And this one too. All right. Great. So let's just choose one of our widgets here, the Bootstrap theme head right. And we'll customize this one, and we'll purposefully break the code in this. So we'll customize. And I'll just break some of the PHP that's here. I'll just do that, and I'll save the changes. And what will happen is if you're a developer and you're in this view where you can see all the widgets on your site, everything looks fine here. But I'm going to refresh the page now. And now we can see this new message here. It says that there's an error. It lets me know which widget has the error. And it also lets me know, I think this will be most of the time accurate. It says on line 5. And if we go to that widget that I just customized and broke the code in, we can see, it was on line 4 or 5. So it should be approximate where it's kind of seeing the error happening. It's seeing the error happen on line 5 from the code that I deleted here. So if you're a developer, this should provide you with some better guidance as to where there might be an error in your code or why something isn't working on your site that you've customized. So quality of life feature there. And I think they're going to be doing the same with menus and forms as well. So you'll be able to easily identify any menus or forms where you might have customized things and the code is not jiving on the front end of the site. For now, let's actually just delete this widget that I customized, and we can move on to the next updates. This one also for developers here, there is now a restore a code revision option for your post settings in the edit post settings area. I'll show you where that is right now. And this will actually save revisions. So you can leave and come back and you can restore. I think it saves up to 10 revisions that you recently made. Let me show you where that is. And then also we're going to want to extend this to other places in the admin area. Such as the web page builder, not just the undo, but if you want to totally do revision history, you can. Forms, menus, widgets, and other areas. But let me show you where it is first released in the edit post settings. And again, this one is more geared towards developers that are actually touching parts of the code, not just the point and click settings with brilliant directories. I'll just go ahead and select one of these post types. So for example, let's go to the profile page design and click on the code view. And we can see here, there's now this new revision history here. I'll do this. Jason was here. And I'll actually save the changes. Great. And if we look here, if we refresh this page now, let's revert back to when it was just Jason there, not Jason was here. So we can go back to this and load revision. Oh, there we go. Actually, I was playing with it earlier. So we can also go back to the current one and so on. Let's do this. Let's do one more time. Second here. I do think there are some things to take note with here to pass along to the team. And let's see here. Yep, we see the other one. So as you continue to save, your revision bank will get longer, up to 10. And again, if you leave and come back, you'll be able to see, you can load the revision, which is helpful. And if you don't want to keep this one, if you want to keep this one, save your changes. And if you want to just go back to your current, click back to current. No changes were actually saved. So you can see the code and go back and forth if you want to compare it to older versions. And again, what's huge about this is we're going to be rolling this out later for menus, forms, widgets, and other places in the admin. This is great because sometimes everyone does an oopsie daisy on their site, and it's hard to get back to something you just previously had that was the way you wanted it. So that'll be a huge convenience for everyone. All right, this next one here is related to the member credits add-on that we have. And this allows website owners to give their members credits that can then be used on purchases on the directory website, whether it's for their membership plans, digital products, leads, and so forth. We always had settings where if a new member signs up and enters the referral ID of an existing member, an existing member's membership plan ID, they can get referral credits. The member who referred the new member can get credits, and the person signing up can get credits as well. What this new setting does, and I'll show you in just a moment, it requires that the person signing up has to put a valid existing member's ID, a real referrer's ID, in order to claim those credits. And this is a great way to create a referral system on your site that rewards both the referrer and the new sign up, so they both win when a new person joins your site. So first, let me just show you where this setting is when it's enabled. It will be on the free sign up form or the paid sign up form when you enable the setting. And what it is you're going to have this field here. Did someone refer you? And then here you have to put a real member's ID. And with this new setting enabled, the new sign up will get credit when they enter a existing member's ID, and optionally, you can also have settings where the member who referred the new user will also get credits. Let's take a look at that in the membership plan settings to see exactly more clearly what that setting does. Let's edit the general user account here. And we could just search for credit. And here in the signups and upgrades tabs, we see here reward credits to assign after sign up. This is for the new user. And this is the new setting here. Only assign credits when referred by another member. That means they have to enter a valid and existing member's member ID in order to get their additional sign up credits. They don't just get credits for signing up. And here are existing settings we had before. Also assign referral credits to members who refer the new signups. You can have that set to yes or no. And then the amount of credits to assign the referring member, the person who brought the new user to your site. So both can be winners. The member who is advertising your site to bring new members, and also the new members who sign up. Now, just thinking about this out loud, a lot of people ask if Brilliant Directories has a built-in affiliate program, and it doesn't. It's one of the limitations. And there are some great tools to use. Post Affiliate Pro, I think it's slipping my mind right now, but there are other ones out there too, and they all integrate with Brilliant Directories. However, if you're using the credit system, what you could do is members can build credit through these types of referrals and joining your site. And it might be an extra step, but maybe if you have their PayPal address to send the funds to, that could be a field you capture from them. You could, based on how many credits they earn, send that in real money to them via PayPal or whatever it is, and then and then zero out their credits on your site. You can deduct their credits in the admin after you send it to them via PayPal. So you can kind of do a search in your transaction history, which members referred other members, how much they earned in credits that month, and so on. And probably, again, just a little bit manual, but without the need of any third-party tools, you could emulate a small, very simple affiliate program where you manually pay out your members and deduct the credits that they've the credits that they got from doing these actions on your site. Sorry, the words are slipping my mind there, but let's move on there. All right, this next one here, we announced that it was coming soon in the previous webinar. Our second WordPress plugin. This new WordPress plugin allows you to migrate your WordPress blog posts to your Brilliant Directory site in just one click. The first WordPress plugin that we released was the WooCommerce plugin. It allows you to sync your WooCommerce WordPress customers and create member records for them on your Brilliant Directory site. Let me quickly show you this one here. I can share it in the chat window. For those of you who are migrating from WordPress, this can come in handy. And yeah, this is export posts to Brilliant Directories. And when you install this free add-on on your Brilliant Directories site, you just connect your Brilliant Directories API key. And really, that's all you need to do. There are some settings. I'm not going to go through all of them, but effectively what you can do is you can choose who the author on your Brilliant Directory site will be of the posts you're exporting. Also, which post type to attribute or to sync the WordPress post to your Brilliant Directory site probably will be the blogs, but it could be any of the other single image post types you have on your Brilliant Directory site. And then you can choose what you want to pass and export along with the article, the posts on your WordPress site, like the publish date, the feature image, any tags, SEO metadata such as the title, description, and keyword that's on the WordPress site. You can pass that to your BD site. And then, of course, there's a button here to do a one-time manual sync. You can also have scheduled syncs as well. So super excited about that. The next WordPress plugin that is currently being developed will allow you to sync your WordPress forms. There's many popular form plugins for WordPress: Contact Form 7, Gravity Forms, Ninja Forms. And what this next plugin is going to do is when you're using forms on your WordPress site, when they get filled out, you'll be able to, for example, create a member record on your Brilliant Directory site or create a lead on your Brilliant Directory site. And actually, we do have a small preview of how that will work. That's going to be the BD Forms Sync plugin. And I'll just go here to add a new sync. And again, this is not released yet, this one. It's coming soon in May. So basically what you'll do is it's going to work with Contact Form 7 to start. And then in the next release, we're going to make it work with Gravity Forms, Ninja Forms, and WP Forms Lite. That should cover about 90% of the form plugins that users use on WordPress. There are other ones, but this is the largest use case here, these four. Then you choose the form, the Contact Form 7 form, and then you choose the action that you want to do, create a member or create a lead, and then you just map the fields to your Brilliant Directory site. So anytime that form is filled out on your WordPress site, it will then create a record on your BD site. Best and biggest use case I see for this is for leads. A lot of people are comfortable building brochure company sites or landing page sites, we'll call them, using WordPress, which is totally fine and awesome. But now you'll have a way to create landing pages, capture leads, and add them to your BD site, and then sell those leads to your members, to your Brilliant Directories members. And now you'll have multiple channels where you're creating leads and sharing them with your Brilliant Directories professional network, which is most of the time why businesses join a directory are for those leads. So lots of exciting stuff on the way. If you have questions about any of these updates, please put them in the comments. We will answer them in the Q&A session. But again, big shout out to you guys. A lot of these updates are from your suggestions, your feedback. So we are eternally thankful and we appreciate you guys very much. And with that, we'll segue on to the BD quick tips. David's put together a wonderful list covering some of these really awesome features baked into the Brilliant Directories platform. It's all right with you, David? I'll pass over the reins and you can take us through these quick tips.
Definitely. Yeah, we got some really great ones here. The kind of common thread between all of these is that they're all really simple features contained within the actions this drop-down menu for individual members. So all of these can be found within the Actions drop-down menu in the My Members and then Search Members section of your admin area. So if we dive right on into the first one here, member listing custom footer code, you can actually add some custom content, whether it be paragraphs and images and just normal content or any other code that you want, to the footer section of individual members' profile or listing pages. So again, to do this, you would go into My Members, you'd find the individual member that you want to add this custom footer code to. You would then, within the Actions dropdown, go to Quick Edit, go to Advanced Options, and then within this Advanced Options tab, the second option in there is the Listing Custom Footer Code. And so you can paste in any code you want into this field here. So some use cases for this would be, if you're adding any third-party tracking scripts or pixels to a specific member's profile page, you can also embed any custom content. For example, if one of your members hosts weekly events and the events change week to week, maybe you don't necessarily want to give them access to publishing event posts for whatever reason. You don't want to give them access to embedding their own embed code on their profile, but you're okay embedding some pre-approved content for them. So maybe they add all of their events into a spreadsheet and then you just embed that Google Sheet directly on their profile page. You could do that here. Again, this is for individual member profile pages. So anytime you add custom code to this field, it's only going to apply to that one specific member. Another great use case for this would be for any of your premium or sponsored listings, maybe for some of your long-time listings, maybe you're already using some of the, like for example, the verified badge. You want to add some more badges or credentials or things like that to some specific members' profile pages. This would be another option that you could use to do that. So the opportunities are endless with this. You can add any code you want to that footer section, the bottom of any individual specific member's profile page.
Yeah, a lot of times what I've seen developers, they get some BD users, what they want to do is they're allowing the members to put their own chat bot on their profile page or however the live chat, but it's the live chat for the member's business, not for the website. And this just gives that listing a little bit of an edge for that profile to connect with the visitors in real time. What I wanted to show is exactly where David was referring to, this quick edit. So if you go to search members, you can see all your individual members of your site. And we'll just click on quick edit, which is one of the action links here. This is kind of this, we're going to focus on this for the quick tips today. And when we hit quick edit, you as the website owner can change a lot of things instantly about a member. We'll just go to the advanced options here. And even here, you can add custom CSS for an individual member's profile page. Again, these are more developer tools here. But the custom footer is right here, the second option. And you can put a wealth of customizations into this little here, JavaScripts, embed code, even again, the CSS, and even just direct content that will display underneath the member's profile in the footer area.
And sticking with that quick edit section, the second quick tip here, internal admin notes. This is one of my favorite features about the platform, actually. It gives you, the website admin, or any other of your website managers, any other admins, the ability to add private notes that are only visible on the backend. So they're only visible to you or other admins on the website. And so you can add these internal notes to, again, individual specific members on your site. So to do this, again, it's in that quick edit section. You scroll down to internal admin notes, and then you can just paste in any plain text that you want into this field. And you can see this note within the My Member section. And then if you click on an individual member to actually see all of their info in the back end, then you'll see the internal note there as well. And it's not permanent, so you can update it and edit it as needed. But when you do add a note there, it'll stay there. Again, it's only visible in the back end to you, the admin, or any other admins that have access to the My Members section. So some benefits or use cases of this would be to keep track of any special requests maybe that individual members have. Maybe for some reason you're accepting a different form of payment for one specific member than you are just generally speaking for all your other members, and you want to, make a note so you keep that in mind for the individual member. Maybe you have some sort of application or review process before you actually allow new members' listings to go public on your website. And so during that application or review process, maybe you add some notes going along with that process for the individual member, so that if you ever need to revisit that member's profile in the future, maybe you get, a complaint or maybe some great feedback about a member, you can go back and you can see, what information was reviewed during that application process. And then also, if you do have other admins on your website, other people who are managing the members of your site, this is a great way to streamline internal team communication, keep everybody in the loop so that, again, if, for example, you have an application process, one admin is handling that application process, the other admin on the site knows that the other admin went through the application process. This was the info they found, and this is why the member was accepted or denied. So just some general kind of basic use cases there, but this is a really great feature of the platform. Again, just to keep notes so that you can remember things for individual members over time. You don't have to keep, a spreadsheet somewhere else or, a Word document saved on your computer for individual notes, things to remember for some of your individual members.
Let's actually do a demo here and actually leave an internal note. Customer wanted to cancel. Let's even put a date on it. 4/17/2025. Customer wanted to cancel. We offered 2 months free extension. And I'll put my name here, Jason, and we'll save the changes. And what David was referring to is if we go and look at that member's information here, I think I did the top one. Yeah, there we go. So when you click and you're actually looking at this person's information, you can see the internal note here. You can edit it further. Another staff member can come here on another date if you want to put dates, or you can just say influencer gets free premium plan for life, whatever the note might be. Let's just save that. And if we refresh here, we should see that additional line here. Yep, there we go. So yeah, super helpful. Again, if you're not interacting with your members directly, you probably won't leave internal notes for them. But if your site is like heavy on customer service and customer support, this is a good way to just keep some notes on your members. And again, special requests, refunds, cancellations, freebies that you've handed out, you can keep a record of it here.
And the last quick tip here, almost more of a customer service benefit with this one, is manually updating from the back end, the admin area, the credit card that's on file for any of your individual members. So again, this is really easy. It's in that same actions drop-down menu for the individual members. There's a link in there to update credit card for that specific member. And when you click that, it brings up a pop-up, and in that pop-up, it'll show you the current card that's on file for that member. And if you want to update it, you can update the name on the card number, the expiration date, as well as the security code for that card. So this is really great to help members update expired or even just failed payment methods. This, going back to the kind of customer service element of this, if you notice any of the payments on your website failing, you can contact that customer. Maybe you want to give them a call if you have their phone number. And on the phone, instead of telling them that they need to log into their account and update their credit card there, if they're comfortable giving you their credit card information over the phone, you can just do it for them. You don't have to log into their account for them. You can do it all from the backend admin area with just a few clicks. So really great way, easy way to avoid interruptions and ensure on-time payments for some of the individual members on your site. And then again, just providing that premium level of support with some hands-on billing help should any issues arise. It's important to keep in mind members can always update their own billing information on their own from within their member account. But again, if you want to take care of this for them, make sure that there's no interruptions in their membership on your website. Make sure that you're still able to collect any dues, or if you're charging for leads or for posts or anything else on your website, make sure all of that continues to function for an individual member who might not have noticed that their credit card expired, or maybe their bank is preventing some transactions from going through, you can take care of all of this for them if you give them a call and you get that info from them. It only takes a few clicks, and it's a really great premium support service that you can offer for your members.
Yeah, also, I see a lot of directory models is you get your foot in the door with a lot of free signups. And rather than passively waiting to have the member upgrade on their own or do it through an email, I know a lot of site owners, they actively call their free members, they welcome them to the site, ask them what motivated them to join the site, what they hope to get out of the site. And then they go for an upsell to like a premium listing. They explain the benefits and they go ahead and take that credit card number right over the phone. So works great for past due retention. Again, if you're going to call them or you have them on the phone, usually is the case, or if you're making that welcome call to your free members and welcoming them to the community. Let's show you where you can do this. It's actually two places you can do this in the admin area. Actually, one is here when you're on the members individual page in the admin. If we go to transactions, and we'll show you on the actions link in the example David was mentioning. Here you can just click CC info. And if there's card information on file, you see it here. They'd have no card information. So you can just add a credit card on file. So, hey, Mr. Johnson, let's get you upgraded today. So on and so forth. So let's go to the search members page. And I'm going to show you one more. I'm going to go back for a second. I'm going to open this in a new tab. I want to show you guys something else. But in the quick edit here, we can also update the card on file. And we'll see the same pop-up here. So we put their name, their credit card, and then we can proceed with getting a card on file and then signing them up for a subscription or whatever payment they've authorized to make on the site. What I wanted to do is backtrack here for just a moment since we talked about the member credits as one of the lab updates. When you're on an individual members page here in the transactions tab in the admin area, not only do you have the ability to see or modify their credit card info, you can actually add or deduct member credits to them here. So this was the sign up credit this member received, added $10 credit for a general user sign up. You can add credit here. So maybe, again, let's talk about retention. Maybe they had a bad experience. Something happened and you say, no problem. We're going to give you $50 credit to use on our site. And you can leave an internal note here, customer retention, whatever the reason was. Or not spelled right. I noticed that. Or as I mentioned, the affiliate program. So let's say the only way they accumulate credits on your site is through this referral system. And then you can see how much they've done on a monthly basis. And when you send that PayPal link to them, you can just come here and deduct the $100 you sent them on PayPal. Well, they don't have 100. So the $60 here you sent them on PayPal. And you can say April affiliate payout via PayPal. And you could put their PayPal email address that you sent it to and the amount. Just leave yourself an internal note. And this, again, it's not a formal affiliate system, but you can manage referrals and pay and rewarding members for those referrals of signups to your site. So I just wanted to show you that there. That is the credits link here when you're looking at a specific member. All right, David, thank you for that review of those quick tips. Definitely a lot of features baked into the platform, so it's nice to get a little more detailed and granular about some of the benefits of some of these. And with that, we do have plenty of time for Q&A. I see a lot of questions have been typed in. We've started a few of them, so we can get to them right away. And just a quick note, if you'd like us to unmute your microphone, just 2 steps. Join us on brilliantdirectories.com/stream. We'll put that link in the comments for everyone and type the word question, all caps. We'll then invite you into this studio here so we can unmute your microphone and take a question. All right, here we got a question from Donnell. I run a veteran business directory. I want to put branch of service or military spouse, etc. How do I give them a badge? There's a few ways to do that. I'll show you the easiest way and the path of least resistance. There's actually an add-on that you can use. Let me clear the question there. There's actually a member badge add-on here, member listing badges. So based on their membership plan, the membership plan that they're a part of, you can have a badge there. I'm going to put this link in the comments, and it will display a badge on their page. Now, it can be an icon, it could be text. I'll show you an example of text badge. I think we have it on our demo Bootstrap site. Just a moment here. Yeah, we're not using badges here, so bad example. But when you can have a badge, it could say verified pro on it. It could be an icon with text. So you could achieve what you're looking to do. This would be the path of least resistance here. And we have webinars where we've done other methods where you can add badges to listings, but I would start here. And if you hit a roadblock, just ask in the Facebook group or the support team, and we can guide you on a better way to help you achieve those goals there. All right, I'll go with Donnell one more time, just because we got a follow-up question here. How do we approve before they go live? I'm assuming, how do we approve new members before their listings go live? As the website owner, you can moderate listing signups. I'll show you where you can do that. If we go to the membership plan, hide your question here. So let's say, for example, all our free account members, we want to approve them. It could be any plan of your choice. So we'll hit edit here. Okay. And if we scroll down in this first tab here, right here, after sign up, set account status as, set it to on hold, requires admin approval. And what you'll probably want to do is also update the welcome email that gets sent when they sign up. And I would encourage you to educate them on how they can ensure they get approved after your moderation. Let them know that their listing is going to be reviewed. So encourage them to add as much information to their listing as possible before it's public. They'll still be able to sign up and register, add information, but it will not be searchable on the site because they will be on an on-hold status. So educating them on your process is best in the welcome email, of course, in a positive tone. And then you, the admin, can then change their account status to active after they meet all your requirements. I think we do have a support article on this as well. Let me see here. Start a new chat. This is the BD chatbot. If you're not familiar with it, it's pretty helpful. So let's say moderate new member signups, article on this. And it's pretty good. I think it's about 80% good. It's still an AI bot, so it has some quirks to work out. Let's see if we can get the article just from here. And then I'll post it in the chat. So it's also answering the question for us too. And then I'll share this, and then we'll move on from here. No, didn't do the best. It shared a blog article. It shared a strategy, not the support article. But anyways, yeah, that's how you can do it there, Donnell. And we'll move on to the next question here.
We do have Colette here, so let's add Colette to the stage. How you doing, Colette?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, great, thank you. Good to hear from you. It's been a while.
It has, yes.
Yeah.
I've been keeping quiet on this new platform.
No worries. Yeah, how can we help you
I
today?
have one question, then just a couple of suggestions. The first question refers to credit referrals. I'm wanting to offer, say, a $20 referral for anyone who refers a premium member only. So I don't want them to get the money if somebody just signs up on a free sign up.
Great question. So the credits that are given for member signups are per membership plan. So for example, let's say this is your premium plan that you're talking about. You only want to edit this one. And we'll do this together. I'll filter for credit here. And only on this one, reward credits after reward credits to assign after sign up. Just put one here for $20, like you mentioned. And anytime a new member signs up to this plan, they'll instantly get that $20 credit added to their.
But I don't want the new member to get the credit. I want the referring member to get the credit.
So in that case, set this to 0 and use these two bottom options here. To the member who refers the new signup, set this to yes, and set this to $20. Now, when they sign up, they're going to have to enter that member's ID number on that field that we saw on the general signup here. And if that's a valid members on your site, and this is the premium sign up page, then the $20 will be given to the person who referred the new member, not the new member.
Okay, but how will that be only for if the person signing up is a premium and not a free member?
Right. So you would just go and edit this for your premium plan.
Okay, so it's, but if the referring member is a basic member, a free member, I still want them to be able to get it. Will it still work that way?
Yes, they would. And it would be for any membership plan who referred the new sign up, the new premium member will get that $20.
Perfect.
Yes.
All right. Thanks for that. Then a couple of things I wanted to check. If a member wants to cancel and they email me, but they've paid up for the year or something, at the moment, the only way I can find is to log into their profile, to their dashboard, and cancel for the end of their subscription. Is there a quick edit option of doing that?
And you want them to stay until for the time they've already paid through, correct?
Correct. Yes.
That would be the best method, is to log in and click the cancel button on their behalf. If it's a paid subscription, choose that option that you've already mentioned, which is cancel them on the date they've paid through.
Okay. All right. No, that's fine. And then the last thing quickly, the blog article slider on the homepage. I know I've chatted to you about it before. Is there a way that we can just have the option of putting a heading in there?
Can I go to your site? I know.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You can explain. Let's go there. Explain to me what you mean by heading,
Okay,
and then
scroll down. So there you've got upcoming events, and then there's no heading there on the blog article slider.
Oh, can I help you with? Can I help you with that real quick?
Yeah, I have done it before with a workaround. It just didn't look good. But if you could, that would be great.
Sure. Let's see if we can do a workaround. Just give me one moment here. And what I'm going to do is adding a custom piece of content above that. So let's do that together and see how that looks together. And let's bring your site here. So what Colette is asking, she has the streaming widgets on her homepage, but she would like a title like upcoming events directly above this slider here, which streams some articles from her site. So we'll come here to the homepage, and we'll come here, and let's add a new section. And you're using custom content 1, so I'll just go ahead and use custom content 2. And you were using that for something else, so I'll use another one.
That's exactly the heading I'm wanting, so that's fine.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is we'll move that in front of the blog article slider. And just to match the fonts, you're using Open Sans 30 and left for the other ones. So what I'll do is I'll make sure that this is font size 30 right here. And it's Open Sans, and I'll just go ahead and save the changes. And we'll slide your site over here and refresh it. Yep, I see that there's a lot of extra space down here. And what we'll want to do is, this has a bottom spacing of default. We'll set it to 0. And that should, the custom content part had a default is about 40 pixels it's adding. So if we set that to 0, it should shore up some of this extra space here. And it did not. So let's find out. Let me see why. Let me just do another refresh. I think it should have done it. And also let me make sure there's no extra paragraphs hidden in here that we're not seeing, some empty ones. Oh, yeah, there's an extra one right here. So we'll get rid of that extra paragraph. Okay, and one more refresh. Okay, there's a little bit of an extra space here. We could remedy that. Would you like me to just make that a little bit more equal there? I think it'd be better. Okay, this one's, let me just see what's creating that extra space. I see there's a space in between this here. Let me just do something that I know will work, and you should be good with this on this HR. No B margin is a no bottom margin. Okay. But that's a good suggestion, is having the ability to have a header there so you don't have to do this workaround.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense, actually. I'll pass that along. So that's a bit closer there.
A bit better. All right, lovely. Thanks for that.
Okay. Thank you, Colette. Yeah, site's looking great. Okay. Anything else while we got you?
That's it for now. Thank you.
Okay. Cheers. Thank you. All right, good questions there.
And following up on Colette's question about the member credits, actually, we have another frequent webinar guest here, Rich. He's asking what happens if the member signs up for a free plan, but then they upgrade later to the premium plan. Will they receive the member credits? Would the referring member receive credits for that?
Let's take a look together and see what the options are. There is an option for that. I don't know if it applies to referring member as well. Let's see. So in the membership plan settings, let's actually go log in as someone who's a membership plan 2. So if we search for credits here, there isn't reward credits after successful membership plan change. Entering a value greater than 0 will assign credits that will be added to the member's account after they change to this plan. So if you're upgrading to this plan, you can get credit. So let's assume it's $20. I don't know if the referral works for these upgrades or these plan changes. Let's set it and see if we get that field. I don't think so. I think it's just for new signups, Rich. But let's log in. Now, I'm pretty sure it's just for new signups. I know now the referring member is not an input field when members are changing their plan. However, that is a fair and good suggestion. I can see how that would be useful as well. So I'll pass that along to the team. Let me actually put some notes here. I usually keep these notes. Going to do heading for blog article slider and referral credits during member upgrade to the referring member. Okay. Thank you for that question there, Rich. Noted. All right. Jeremiah's got a question. How do we link and populate the referral code ID for member ID so that I can build it into the members link? I think we have a support article for this. Let's actually do a search for it. Come here. We'll do a Google search for this one. Referral code link, brilliant directories. Yep, there we go. How to make a link with a member's ref ID in the URL. That's exactly what we want. I'll share this in the chat with you, Jeremiah. And this is super helpful because if then members can just share this and their referral link will be automatically populated into that field, that ID field. So let me share this link here. I put that in the chat, and yeah, that is the exact field here. So it teaches you how to build the link. There's an example here. You can kind of paste this and put it in their dashboard and so on. It says, use the following snippet of code. This is what you would, again, drop in the members dashboard on your site. You could probably make this into like a widget, include it in emails. Yeah, that's actually what it's recommending right here. So you can just do different things with it. The instructions are in this article. And then we can see here that what it does is it adds the referral ID into the URL and it's automatically filled out here. So actually very great question there. And I'm glad we have some support documentation which shows that example. Okay, great. Lisa's asking, can the Brilliant Directories app, notify us if there are notifications for new leads? So that's what we're working on for this year. We're a couple months away from it, several months away, but the next update on the Brilliant Directories app is to help get you guys real-time notifications. And yes, pinging you for new leads created on your site will be an option. You can pick and choose which types of notifications you'll want to receive from the activity your website has. So coming soon, Lisa, and thank you for reminding us that there is demand for that. So good question there. Okay, Ryan is asking, there was a mention a while back in the Facebook group about go high level integrations. Has there been any movement on this? This is a great question. So what we've done up front for the Q1 and Q2 of this year is we're focusing on those WordPress plugins. The main four was the WooCommerce Customer Sync, the Export or Migrate WordPress Post to BD. The other one that's coming, the Form Sync, the WordPress Forms plugin. You can sync those submissions to BD. And there's a fourth one where you'll be able to host your Brilliant Directory site website on a subfolder on your existing WordPress site. That's the one I'm most excited about. After we complete those 4, we'll be switching gears, and I think high level will be the next platform we're going to create a couple integrations for. What would be helpful, Ryan, is if there's in that post on the Facebook group, or if you can let us know in the comments here, what type of high level integration would be most valuable for you now that you're probably more familiar with what Brilliant Directory does and how that can complement things that you're doing on high level. So coming soon, hopefully this year, we will have an integration in high level. In the meantime, I do want to remind you that you can use tools like Zapier. It's called Lead Connector, the high level integration on Zapier. Also Padly, I think they have it there. And I'll share this link, but you can do integrations using the third-party tools like Zapier or Lead Connector. But like we're doing on WordPress, there are some practical integrations where you can kind of not use these third parties, and it'll be a direct sync. But I'm just going to share this here with you, Ryan, in case you didn't know about it, or in case it gives you some ideas in the meantime here. So high level is called Lead Connector on Zapier. I think that's the same on Padly and other integration tools, but this might get you going. And then, let us know what type of native integration would be super helpful for those users on high level. Thank you for that. All right, we got our good friend. I'm guessing this is Ryan Sullivan here. Good to see you here. He's asking, maybe I missed it, but did you guys get rid of the iframe whitelist requirement? Didn't see in the settings today on a site. That recently received an upgrade. You can now choose to whitelist it. Well, there's 2. You can choose. Let me take a step back for a second here. There's 2 advanced settings for whitelisting. One is the whitelisting the iframe of your domain. Let me just type in iframe here. This was the setting that got an update. Whitelist domains allow to iframe your website. Before it was just all or none, if you wanted to allow it or not. But now you can do all, none, or specific domains, and you just put the root domain here, a comma separated list. Here's some examples here. And you can pick and choose which domains can embed your site as an iframe on them. The other thing we have is the allowed iframe sources that are allowed to be embedded within the Froella text editor on the site. So by default, YouTube, Vimeo, Facebook can be embedded in the text editor. There's obviously lots of different iframes that you could have in the text editor, but to keep your site safe, this would be a comma separated list of the iframe sources. So again, based on your question, I don't know specifically which one you were after, but they should both be here. If one of them are missing for you, for whatever reason, please email the support team and we'll make sure that, you should have visibility on both of these.
And we do have Don here in the studio with a question.
Hey, Don, where are you calling in from?
Hey, I'm calling from Syracuse, New York.
Okay, great. Thanks for joining the webinar. What's your question for us?
Right now I have some levels of membership, but the thing is, I also, for the people in the directory, the regional directory, they can also do ads on, I would like for them to do ads on the website or to do ads on the newsletter too. And I'm not quite sure which way to go about it, because part of me just wants to include them in packages, or should I do that separately, the ads separately, like a shopping cart or item situation?
What I like to do, this is a great question, and I'm gonna share with you 2 different videos we did before.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
To answer your question, should you include the ad with their membership, or should it be like an a la carte purchase for them separately? If it's part of their membership, I don't know how quickly people are signing up for your site, so I don't know if there would be a queue. They're not. They're not. Well, to answer that question, then for your premium plan, just roll out the red carpet and see if that's a motivating factor for signups, right? See if that is enough to get them, to motivate them to sign up for a paid plan. So you can test there to start, offer them, I don't know, 1 week on the homepage, like that one special shout out on the homepage. I think we talked about this in other webinars, or some visibility on the site that's premium visibility. I would also, even if you did that, always have the a la carte option. So even if your free members wanted to purchase a sponsored placement on your site somewhere, everyone has the ability to do so, which opens up that as a revenue channel for you. The best way to do that is with the digital products. I don't know, are you familiar with the digital product, how to sell digital products on it?
No, I haven't done any of those yet.
No worries. So basically, we covered this in a previous webinar with the Sell Digital Products and Services add-on. Anything you could put a price tag on, you can sell on your site, generally for intangible services. It's not really for e-commerce like a Shopify would be, but if it's for ebooks, selling ad space, whatever it might be, this is what you can do. You create the post, the product you're selling, the price. You can watch the video here. I'll share this link. And when you have a menu of items, we'll call it, what I would recommend doing, and I'm going to share this video with you, and a lot of video sharing, but I think these two, watch the digital products one so you know how to create the sellable product. And then I'm going to share this one here, 3 ways to engage users inside their member dashboards. And the member dashboard is when a member logs in and they're in their members area, you can present them with boosts, right? Or upsells. And it could be for various things that you're selling. So I'm going to put this here, this link, and we talk about some of the boosts or upsells. Mainly, we show you how to like put custom buttons and offers in the dashboard in this video. Let me share one more video that actually gives you upsell ideas that you could sell for additional visibility boosts for your members. There's this one, which I also like. So I'm giving you a little bit of homework here, but they're really easy watches and they're really good. So this one talks about different upsells that you can sell, selling spotlighting your members, featuring them on the homepage, and so on. There's some pretty good ones here. There's some offsite boosts you can do for them, and things like that. Writing puff pieces.
Is that the 3 ways to engage users? Is that what you're saying? Is that the one you're talking about right now?
So there's 2. This one's the 15 upsell ideas.
Oh, okay.
That your members will buy. And the other one was how to put those boosts in the dashboard area, which is this one. Sorry for jumping around here. 3 ways to engage users inside their dashboard. So this is how to put those offers inside of their dashboard area, this video here. So yeah, I think if you watch those 2 videos, one, you'll get ideas for what you can offer and you have an idea already, ad placements and things like that. But this one will show you how to put the offers there. And then with the digital products, anything you can think to sell, you can make it a sellable digital product and offer it to them.
So you could take one.
Yeah, I created the page, like another join page, and it's not live yet. And I have like the 3 levels of members, like levels. I mean, 1 free and then 2 premium, and then the packages like has like everything in it. So I thought about doing that. Would it be okay to share a link or?
What's your link? What's your site?
Okay, I'm gonna try to put it in here.
Okay.
Thanks. And thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, sure thing. But yeah, to the first point, like if you're just starting out, I always like to just roll out the red carpet and see who bites on what, because we don't know. So you could put your best foot forward first, and then what you do is you put your best offer out first, and you call them your early bird members or founding members, or, and now they have a super special status. Let me check the comments here if I missed it. Did you type it in the comments?
Yeah, but I put it in the stream. Should I put it in the?
It's in the private chat.
Oh, in the private chat. Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Let's see where. Oh, here it is. I see it here. Okay, great. Let's click this link here. I got you. Yeah. Okay. Finger Lakes. So, free plan. You get to display your web link, tier 3 and search results. Okay. Upgraded listing. Okay, I like how you did this. $25 per month pro, $50 per month premium.
Yeah.
I have one suggestion here. So are you with me there still?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. We talk about this in other webinars from time to time. We're listing like click to call,
Yeah.
which are kind of the names of the things we call things for the BD features.
Yeah.
But a lot of times for a business, they don't know what that is or what the benefit is. So either renaming it or adding a small explanation for why that's beneficial
Okay.
will help connect the dots. A video integration, it can be many different things. I don't know what you mean by that, but I'm assuming you're allowing them to share videos of their business.
Yes.
So say it like that, share videos of your business, right? Instead of video integration. So almost be a little bit more literal and imagine you're talking to a business and explaining to them what they're going to get. And you can role play. It sounds like you got someone there with you. Role play with someone as if you were selling this listing to them in person and just have them play devil's advocate. What does video integration mean? And whatever your explanation is, obviously, consolidate that into something concise and have that as the description of the feature. Because what we want to sell on these pages are the benefits. So sure, they get video integration, but you can share videos of your business, for better visibility or whatever. Priority placement means show ahead of other members in search results, right? So you get top placement in the search results. I don't know what SEO keywords means for them, for their listing. But nevertheless, the exercise of role playing and whoever you're doing the role playing with, your colleague or whoever, have them play devil's advocate and really push you on what is this? Why would I want this? And write down your answers and make sure that your answers are in some way represented on the sign up page.
Okay.
Okay. That would be my best advice for that. And then I would use the digital products for the, for the banner ad placements as a separate a la carte product.
And the newsletter ads, right?
And the newsletter ads, correct. Have those as, you can have them on your pricing page here. You can have a subheading that says like additional sponsorship opportunities, something like that. And then have your additional things here, which are the newsletter and the banner ad placement.
Mm. And then below I have the like packages that has everything.
Packages bundled. Oh, this is a hybrid of the a la carte. Okay, yeah. So you're starting out. So here's another tip, because I already got confused a little bit. No offense, just with
no. Well, this is not live, so that's why I'm showing you. Yeah, because it's not live yet.
Yeah, what I would do is start with the two options. Well, you got three here. I like how you designed this third one in here, and then maybe just link to another page that has your other a la carte services. Basically, my point is we want to reduce confusion and decision making. And when there's more decisions presented in front of us, we need more time to think about it and study and research, as opposed to making more of an impulse decision. So the more we can simplify with fewer options, you'll see higher conversions out of the gate, because it's just naturally human instinct is there's just less to consider, right? You're either going to choose door number 1 or door number 2. If we're giving them 7 doors to choose, they're going to scratch their heads for an hour, or they might just give up.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't sure if I should do the a la carte with the services or just bundle them in with just create a different level, that has all this.
I think if the a la cartes are on a different web page, you can link to a different web page and they're presented separately from the membership plans. That would be okay. Having all the pricing on one page could get confusing, especially for a directory site where conversions are important. People are coming to the site, and I see a lot of sites where they just register everyone for free, and the upsells and upgrades come after the fact, after you've collected that email address. So everything could be just another idea for you. Everything could be shifting to get your, what's the name of it? get your Finger Lakes business listed today, 100% free. And then you call, like I said in the beginning of the webinar, call them and say, hey, welcome for joining. I'm actually familiar with this business. We have opportunities for more visibility, and you could be a bit more engaged over the phone, or you can send those via email, in a welcome email or something. But as a directory owner, our objective should be conversions for email addresses. And again, if everyone has a different skill set of marketing abilities and familiarity with doing that. It does require some skill and knowledge and nuance. So if my suggestion is if you are very nuanced, you could probably do a complicated, setups. But if you're a beginner, and I don't know your skill level, but if you're a beginner, keep it simple, and focus on the conversions. And then after you're getting those free sign up conversions, or, in the door product conversions, whatever you want to call it, you can focus on higher upsells later.
Okay. So if I were to do, because my first instinct is like, just do the different level ships, and just because it might be confusing to them. And maybe, like you said, do the upsells on a different page or the add-ons. But how would I incorporate it into a different level? Because when I create a different level for memberships, the options of ads and stuff like that it's not in there. Definitely not the newsletter piece. So do I just put that in the page itself as an option? And because there's really no way to add that within the features, like in the back end.
Right. Well, you can say that it's part of the plan, but it's going to require manual follow-up on your end. Let's take the newsletter, for example.
Yeah.
You're going to need to connect with them at some point and say, hey, what do you want me to put in the newsletter? I need these assets from you. Give me 2 sentences that you want to say. So these, you can include them just in the membership plans. Let's say it's a one-time newsletter mention or whatever. You can definitely mention it, and then if you have it a la carte, you say that's a $200 value that you're getting, right? So I think you mentioned it down here. So here, the newsletter ad, you would say $200 value. Website ad, $100 value. So you can certainly do that. Just know that the people who do sign up to these higher tier packages, if you're going to offer them a newsletter, you're going to have to, coordinate with them a little bit. Hey, I need your logo. Let's say they didn't update their logo ad or something. So, again, I would keep it simple, and I'm just going to tell you one tip here in case you want to consider it. When you click on this blue button here, it comes to your join page or your join to page. It's always an option where I'm going to take this link here. You can change this link in the header and link it to your checkout page directly. So again, if we're thinking about conversions, if we clicked this button and it came directly to the free user membership, I would also call that something else. Let me see. Let me go back here on your 2. Yeah, I would call it what it is, like basic business listing or something like that. Because user membership, again, it sounds a little ambiguous. They're paying because they want to get listed. They don't necessarily want a membership. They want visibility. So again, sometimes it makes sense to call it a membership if it's a club or something like that. But if it's a business directory, I assume this is, and they're paying for visibility, that's another tip when you're naming your membership plans. Make sure it's something tangible that they can cling on to, like free business listing or premium visibility business listing. I'm just coming up with these. You can make it different, but you want the name of the membership plan to be something they can latch on to and it feel tangible. Like, I'm getting this, right? I'm going to get a basic business listing on the Finger Lakes website for free. So those are just some tips there.
Instead of just saying user.
Instead of saying user, was that a general user? Is it like that?
Yeah, I think maybe that one was a general user, perhaps.
It could be, yeah. But yeah, so those are some tips for you. Sites like yours do very well where they're in a niche local area. It's very easy to make a connection with the businesses, come from a good place. even if you can tell them we're trying to create this directory, we're offering free listings right now. And now it's everyone is supported. You're trying to support the community. They're going to support your site. And of course, there will be opportunities for upsells and upgrades once you establish those relationships. So I'll just say one more thing that, sometimes don't count the dollars up front. Focus on the relationships first, and have a foot in the community or the industry that you're trying to get in. And then once you have the attention of the market, you can come up with lots of different ways to monetize from there.
Yeah, because before I did this directory, I had a newsletter that was working for, it's been working for years. So I already have that established, which is helping me. And I just started doing community spotlights, like business spotlights. And I think I did it differently because when I added it instead of a blog, I did it as a community
article, right?
Article, yeah. I can get to it, but I don't know how people can get to that. Should I just make that into a regular blog?
Yeah, you can do both as long as it's publicly findable on your site. It should be able to be picked up by Google, shared with others, and more. Okay, I've got some other questions here, Don, but follow up in other webinars and let us know how your progress goes. What decisions you made. No, it's great. I'd love to see your progress in future webinars there.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Good to see someone sharing their site there. And yeah, Don, I think you're in the right direction. Just got to maybe simplify things a little bit. All right, let's continue. We got a few more questions here. I'll go to the starred ones. Let's see here. Melissa's asking, I created a message board on my sign for members only, and I've done test messages as a logged in member and as an admin, but I can't see how they will see it. Also, is there a suggestion on how they can receive message board notifications? Let's see here. Melissa, if you can let us know, when you mean message board, do you mean the private one-to-one chat for the members, or do you mean the comments people are leaving under blog posts? If you can just clarify that, we can provide some guidance because they are two different things. And as an admin, I can't see how they will see it. I think I know what you're talking about. So if they're having one-to-one chats and they're not looking at the chat, right now the only notification they get is the email notification or SMS notifications if you set that up. We are working on dynamic on-site notifications. So as a member is logged in, they see bubbles of activity that they might be receiving on the site, like a new message. So we don't have it right now, probably a few months away. But that way, when your members are doing activity on the site and something else happens, they get a bubble notification saying you've got a new lead. You've got Jason replied to your chat message. So I think that's what you're referring to. So we don't have that yet. Right now it would just be the email notification or them checking their dashboard, or SMS notifications are helpful too if you have that set up for text messages. But the on-site bubble notifications will be super helpful when they are released. So we're a few months away from that. But I do appreciate you mentioning that here. All right, let's see. We have Hamal. How can we add more feeds? Facebook is already added, but I need TikTok too, only on premium member profiles. I think you're referring to the sidebar widget on the member's profile page. I don't even know if TikTok has TikTok embed widget. Let's just Google that together. And let's see, there are a few. Add TikTok video and gallery widgets to a website. Let's just look at this first one here from TikTok. We don't have it yet. I know Twitter stopped working. Elon stopped supporting the one that used to be for Twitter, so that got deprecated and sunsetted. This is for individual videos. What you want to show is like a library stream of it. We don't have anything right now, but yeah, this is a good suggestion. And yeah, people like to share their socials, their timelines for Facebook. But yeah, TikTok would be a cool one if they have something to show the entire library of somebody's profile of TikTok. So we don't have anything yet, but we will take that into consideration. Ooh, we are about 30 minutes over the time here. I do see some pending messages that we didn't get to. You guys, we invite you to ask them in the Facebook group. We are checking the questions there. But yeah, David, thank you for the quick tips. Lots of lab updates. Thank you to the BD community. Most of these come from you guys. I want to remind you about the free iPad giveaway. We will close the comments tonight at midnight. So join the BD Facebook group and leave a comment on the iPad post. And on behalf of myself, David, and the entire Brilliant Directories family, thank you guys for all the questions. I learned a lot from you guys, and I hope it was reciprocal. The next webinar will be in 2 weeks. It will be webinar 200. We appreciate you guys a lot. It's been wonderful. Have a great day and a brilliant week. We'll catch you in the next webinar. Cheers, guys. Take care.